Hey there guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Skylanders Giant Lock. Why are we doing a Giant Lock on the Giants game? Well, because the game is literally called Skylanders Giants, that's why. So what other game in the franchise would we do a Giant Lock on, right? Anyway, in the previous episode, Flynn broke Crusher with his awesome piloting skills, or lack thereof, I should really say. So yeah, we've seen better starts to locks because I don't think this is how Crusher is meant to react. Again, Flynn broke us. But let's be heading out for chapter number 4 already, because we are in part number 4 of the Giant Lock, which means that chapter number 4, known as Cutthroat Carnival, is the level that we shall be tackling in an episode such as this one. Why would you say that? You just jinxed us right there, Flynn. So not only did you break Crusher from your terrible piloting skills, but your terrible mouth also jinxed our shit. He did tell us, and what did we do? We didn't listen to him. I'm calling it right now, guys. In Skylanders 7, the Cloud's going to become evil, because in Skylanders 1, Hugo was warning us all about the sheep becoming an evil, and then they did become evil in Skylanders Imaginators, and, like, because we didn't listen to Flynn, that really came back to bite us in the end, because the sheep enemies and Imaginators, of course, there were so many cheap deaths. So yeah, this is why we listened to Hugo, guys, but we didn't. Now it really came back to bite us. So now that we don't listen to Ermit, the Clouds are going to turn on us in Skylanders 7 as well, and we're not going to expect it. Again, this is why we listen to the crazy people, because the crazy people tend to be right. I'll try to suspend my disbelief. Basically what she said right there. Words from Five Wise Callie. And why did I say Phi? Because we're in a pirate carnival right now, so why not be with Phi pirate terminology, ye are?
When we pirates took over this carnival, we noticed a sudden drop in customers.
I wonder why. Hey, I'm sure we can find out about that in a later level, if we can actually make it to such a level, which fingers crossed we can, nevertheless.
I can't imagine who could possibly be this happy.
Good save there, Callie. Good save indeed.
And that's what we need.
I can. But I'm not going to work for free. And your money's no good here. You'll need to pay me in pirate chips.
Okay.
No hesitation right there. She's right on it. In fact, I didn't even say she's on it. Like a car on it. Hey, that looks just like Callie right there. That picture to the left of this Bowers guy right here. You know, this photo. I don't know why. It just looks like Callie in a white dress. That photo right there, which Crusher was trying to smash up. And darn, this guy is still broken. Damn it, Flynn. Like, honestly, we can't reform properly because of stupid Flynn right here. And not being able to reform properly reminds me of another one of Skybricks Gaming 83's videos, in the fact that, you know, there's actually a Crusher glitch in Skylanders Trap Team, which I'm definitely going to need to show you guys in Sky Glitchlanders at some point, nevertheless. So not only has, oh, a few we can finally swap out. So not only can Crusher not reform anymore, but in Trap Team, for some reason, when he does reform, he can't reform correctly. Which I blame that glitch to Flynn as well. Just blame everything on Flynn from now on, guys. That seems reasonable. Either way, it is, we are currently off the tech element, which requires the use of Bouncer. Ooh, Mohawk Cyclops. Well, let's take down this Mohawk Cyclops. I'm actually kind of glad this swapped up the enemy a bit, so then he had a Mohawk. It just makes enemies, like, it turns them from being cool to super cool, because everyone knows that a Mohawk is super cool. Boom, take that, sucker. So let's get bouncing. After all, what kind of giant called Bouncer doesn't bounce, right? Even though I don't even know why it was called Bouncer to begin with, but hey, we're just going to deal with it, because the Skylanders development team have great names for great characters, I suppose. I'm kidding, their names are never that great, but they're better than mine, nevertheless. There's at least that, I suppose. Okay, let's take this bomb right here, and we're going to use it to blow stuff up. Wait, I just realised we don't even need the bomb, because I'm using a giant right here. So why the hell am I even carrying this thing? I don't even know. Let's just blow up this random thing right here, because I can. Or we could just throw the bomb into an abyss. That works as well, but like I said, we could just use the giant for that. So why the hell I need to bring the bomb over here to do that? I do not know. And look, a treasure chest. I suppose that opening this treasure chest can get us back up to maximum gold after we use Bouncer to purchase the Luckatron ball previously, and back up to maximum gold we are, nevertheless. What a glorious sight to behold. Anyway, let's get you here and continue on with the rest of the level without further ado. So what element is coming up next? Let's find out. Even though I totally already know already, because it's Liffey. What the hell is the Liffey element? I don't even know. There's a brand new element, guys, and it's called Liffey, which highly reminds me of a Wreck-It Ralph trailer, purely because in Wreck-It Ralph trailer, Ralph calls Wi-Fi Wiffy. So that's why I'm saying Lifey like that, Liffey, instead of life, and Wiffy instead of Wi-Fi from now on.
I made the terrible mistake of accepting a job here. If I help
Why would you accept a job from a pirate carnival that's literally called Cutthroat for Carnival? I'm sorry, dude, but this mistake is kind of on you.
one of those shipping crates to fill it.
Huh, isn't it fortunate that we have shipping crates right at our disposal? Hashtag, this game should not be called Skylanders Giants, this should be called Skylanders for Giant, compilation of awesome coincidences. There you go, perfect name change right there. That is the name that I've changed this game to, because that is really appetizing right now. It highly reminds me of what my friend and I were doing at one point, where, you know how Harry Potter's name is different in Europe as it is to in America, because it changes from Philosopher's Stone in Europe to Sorcerer's Stone in America? Well, we decided, me and my friend this is, to go on ahead and create different names for all the other movies, and the only one I can remember is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Coincidences. So that's kind of why me talking about that previously reminded me of that activity we did nevertheless. Boom, take that, suckers. Okay, so let's get some gold right there, because who doesn't like gold right here? It seems like T-Rex definitely likes it, nevertheless, and as do I, so that's why we grab such things. Yes, it is. So winning against you in Skylanders we shall do. Oh darn, now we got to go through this stupid tutorial, and that's a nuisance nevertheless. I hate the way how every time you start a new file, you always have to do this tutorial. It's so slow-paced and annoying to sit through, but hey, at least once you've done it in a file, you don't need to ever worry about it ever again. Well, this is going to be a nice and easy victory for us then, isn't it, T-Rex? Because we will win, and as I mentioned, it'll be quite easy nevertheless. Okay, fine, let's take it. I'm totally not yawning at how boring this Skylanders game is. I'm kidding, that's totally what I'm doing nevertheless. By the way, are we going to watch these animations every time? No, but we will watch these animations the first time around, just so you guys can get a grasp of a feeling of this game nevertheless. So yes, for this first game we will watch the animations for, but from here on out we will not, is basically what I'm saying right here nevertheless. Okay, let's take this one towards the right here, because that way he cannot take it back once we've taken it nevertheless. Inhuman shield looking seriously threatening. I hate inhuman shields, especially with giants, because they have a huge lack of agility, and trust me, agility is very important for those enemies once we meet them nevertheless. Okay, let's finish this guy off, or at least one of the stones he has nevertheless. Oh, thank you, how nice of a pirate to be saying that to me nevertheless. Okay, so last but not least, we've got this dude right here, which we're just going to place right there. Not the most onslaught of the game ever, but hey, it's still one I will take nevertheless. And one I have indeed against Fangs. And we even got an Afraido Chompy. That's going to turn out very useful later on in the level, as you guys shall see, I am sure. That is as long as you keep on watching, and if you guys have made it this far, then much thank yous to that. Much thank yous? That makes no sense, but yeah, we're going to stick with that anyway, because I'm awesome like that. Oh, and here's that story scroll I was talking about previously in level 2, because this actually links back to the story scroll in. This actually links back to the area in level 2 with a fortress basement, so I'll read it and let you guys interpret it for yourself.
There are few treasures to be found in a place known as the Forger's Basement. You just may need to do a little creative remodeling to find them.
By little creative remodeling, it means blow up a wall, because where we found the legendary treasure in chapter 2 was indeed the Forger's basement, and by some great treasures it meant a legendary treasure nevertheless. So yeah, that's the way how I love the fact that story scrolls kind of like link levels together and stuff. It really adds to the lore of every single level and makes the game much more in depth because of it. Boom, there's that full taken down. Let's grab this food right here purely because I can and I need it. Watch out for those though, because fire thingies are painful, as we would know from, of course, Flameslinger himself. Boom! Take that, suckers. Where the hell did my woodpecker power go right there? Oh, there he is. I think T-Rex might be a little crazy, but just the right amount of crazy by the sounds of him right here.
You got my key back.
Yes, I did. You're welcome. Once again, cue for What Can I Say Except You Welcome song, thanks to that Technically Intelligent, because if you don't do it at this point, I'm going to be quite disappointed. Moose 2? Yep, that would have been much more useful before we played. Alright, thanks for nothing, Blobbers right there. Anyway, let's bring on Funpack right here for this water elemental area, nevertheless, because he represents such an element. Without further ado, well, I'm saying without further ado, there's plenty of Redo right there, so there's no point in really saying it, because saying without further ado doesn't take away from Redo, nevertheless. And who knows, could have been using that saying completely wrong the whole time, because who knows, without further ado could mean something totally different to what I think it means. Ah, yes, I got 2 of them. Take that, suckers. Okay, is there another one right here? There is another one right here. Okay, we're going to use this to take down that final Goliath Dro. Boom. Okay, then there's them fools taken down, so now we just got to wait for these guys to jump down so we can finish them off. You see what I mean? They were no trouble to us whatsoever. Oh, thank you. We could be doing all the hands we can get. Now, who's got the chainsaw so we can saw off such a hand so she can give us a hand, quite literally. That reminds me of a pun in Toy Story where Buzz Lightyear loses his hand. And when Woody asks for a hand, he literally just tosses him his hand. Honestly, best part of that movie right there, nevertheless. Toy Story was definitely a great start to Pixar's legacy, to say the least. And it's a legacy which they've managed to uphold with every single movie, because I feel like every single movie is great quality. Even for ones that are not as good, oh darn, I actually meant to preview that there. Even ones that are not as good have good things about them, like Cars 2, which people hate upon for some reason, even though it is a good movie. For its target demographic! Yes, I know adults are not going to like Cars 2, but that's because Cars 2 is clearly not targeted towards adults now, is it? So for its target demographic, Cars 2 is a great movie. It can keep a kid quiet for an hour and a half, can't it? So that's what matters. Because let's be honest right here, that's the only reason why we do put on animated movies, to keep the children quiet for 90 minutes. And honestly, the most quiet I've ever seen children before was when I saw Coco, because honestly, I've never seen that many 6-year-olds quiet for 90 minutes before in my life. Like, honestly, I go from Coco being completely silent and fully booked with no noise whatsoever, even with the 6-year-olds being in there. Then I go into Peter Rabbit, and all of the younger children were all, like, they're all just, it wasn't laughter, it's just them speaking about things that were totally unrelated to the movie altogether, which shows to me them being bored by the movie, even though I don't think they were bored by the movie, they was just, like, saying random things, I suppose, kids being kids nevertheless. But anyway, point is, it's really annoying when you go to a kids movie and early enough showing where all the kids are in it and they can't shut the F up. Which is basically what happened at my showing of that movie, but not a Coco, purely because I feel like Coco was just such a good movie that it kept them quiet enough for us. And Peter Rabbit is a good movie, it's just not a good movie at keeping kids quiet. It's just a very good movie at keeping kids entertained. Okay, let's let them fools take that, and the fools have taken it, nevertheless. Okay, I take it back, Funpack isn't my least favourite giant anymore, it's totally changed to Crusher again. Because now that I'm playing Funpack some more, I definitely prefer Crusher over him, nevertheless. Oh, boom! 2 the price of 1 with that swing right there. What an almighty swing, nevertheless. So let's grab this Lookatron wheel, even though it's going to be very unuseful for this giant Locke right here, because we're not worried about gold, we're just worried about leveling up and gaining health back as much as possible, which is what makes the health and experience and power charms much more useful than the wealth ones in this Locke, nevertheless. But hey, it's still useful to have up our sleeve, I suppose. One for Pack's case is mouth, because he has such a big mouth that who knows how much he can store in there, right? Well, I'm sure there's plenty of Sky Stones where that came from, nevertheless.
But you may be able to pillage for some
Exactly, you see what I mean? Plenty of Sky Stones to pillage for,
Locke up in our
nevertheless.
brig who had a pretty fancy deck, as I recall.
That is mean. How dare you call him a Skywag like that, even though he is a pretty big Skywag, nevertheless. I mean, like, look at him, he's a cheat.
Oh, thank you. I say, how
He's a cheat and a bandit.
promise I'll only teach a little.
You know what, dude? Cheaters never win, and let's prove that with this Sky Stones battle right here.
Takes a lot of courage to play the likes of me.
So yeah, let us begin and prove that cheaters never win indeed.
No stone may be played on a block square.
Well, you know what? Because stones can't be played on block square, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to play any stones on that square. What genius of mine indeed. This is genius at work, guys, in case you couldn't tell already. I did mention previously that we're going to skip these cutscenes from now on, purely because I can't be asked to watch them, so that's very much what I did right there, nevertheless. Okay, let's bring in you, nevertheless.
Human shield.
Don't you mean inhumane? Duh. Even though that's not how it's spelled, but it's how I like saying it. Oh, dang it. Not cool, dude. Not cool at all. Okay, let's take that one right now. This match is not going as well as I kind of hoped it would. Why did I play that? That's stupid. If he takes it, I can't take it back. Oh, wait, no, never mind. He didn't take it. Which means that we have won, nevertheless. We are victorious, and it's glorious. Victory! As always, like yelling, nevertheless. And we got a Blaster Shoulder number 2, which is going to turn out useful in that last match. Also, so yes, enough of alluding to this final match. Let's get into it without further ado. Once we battle through the rest of Pirate Island, that is. Again, I wonder why this carnival never gets customers anymore. Not to mention there's not exactly much on Carnival, is there? Like, so far I haven't found anything fun in Carnival to do, apart from beat up enemies, nevertheless. Oh, and fire, that requires the expertise of Hothead, who is once again on fire, quite literally and figuratively, mind you, because so far he has not been defeated, which doesn't even make him on fire. Okay, nice try, dude, nice try. Well, then again I say nice try, but it wasn't. Almost there we are, so let's take on their biggest and best Sky Stones player by getting keys, because as we've mentioned previously, keys open locks. What a reliable person to leave the part up to, nevertheless, because trust me, you can count on me, nevertheless, Callie. Take this, suckers! Okay, there we go, there's them fools all taken down. You see what I mean? This guy's total badass. No one can stand up to the might of Hothead, who is on fire! Like I said before, there's no need to ignite this guy's fire, because it's already been ignited, nevertheless. That's probably not a word, but we're just going to stick with it still. Nice. Okay, let's drop right down and grab the gold. Wait, there's someone right here. Oh, there is someone right here. Well, you know, well, more like there was someone there, because they're defeated now. Again, take that, sucker. Which, Pinata would definitely approve of such phrases, considering that he literally has a lollipop, and what do people do with lollipops? They suck on them, so that's why he likes using sucker puns on them. Just like, see ya, suckers. Because Pinata uses the lollipop nevertheless, which people often suck. But hey, there's no need to further elaborate now. I'm sure you guys got the joke. Hopefully you did, nevertheless, because if not, it would be a very embarrassing moment for me right now if you didn't. Maybe my jokes are just that lame, I don't know, and do I care? Not really, I'm just here to entertain, I'm not here to entertain you phenomenally, and as long as you are slightly entertained, I've done my job correctly, I suppose. Ooh, more food, don't mind if I do, and let's quickly check to see what Auric has, even though I'm not sure he's not going to have much of interest, because the only thing we're really bothered about is Locotron bulbs and, charms, and I was indeed right about that. There isn't really much of interest, except this invincibility power. We will take that because it means that Hothead will absolutely solidify himself for victory, because you can't be defeated if you're indestructible, right? And indestructible we are from such a charm. So yes, things are definitely working out for best right here, I'd go as far to say.
Now you just need the key to open that gate.
Yeah, well, luckily for us, we gain access to that now, so let's do such things. But first, let's defeat enemies. Well, this guy just died already. Oh, and dead he is. Nice job there, Hot-Headed. I did not mean to press that button. The button I really meant to press was this one, nevertheless. So yeah, let's rock and roll, even though there is no rocks right here, but rolling, I'm sure we'll be doing. They see me rolling, they hate it. Again, with my cringy singing, you're just like, come on, ignite the fire. If you're going to sing, at least sing decently. And I'm just like, nope, I can't do neither of those things. By neither of those things, I mean sing or decently. Even though decently by itself makes no sense, but yet again, I'm just going to stick with it nevertheless, because as always, my excuse for everything is I am A, awesome, and B, awesome, because it's a true excuse nevertheless. And there was no better excuse than a true excuse. Okay, so let's advance to where we need to be, which requires us opening up this gate nevertheless, but luckily for us, we have a key to open up such locked gates. Because as I've always mentioned, keys open stuff, end of story, unless it's piano keys, in which case the piano keys are great at making music, but not so great at opening locked stuff nevertheless. Yes, I do know that, Captain named Flynn, but it's kind of rude for you to just take it from us rather than him nevertheless. And they can try to get me, but they ain't going to be successful. You know why? Because we're playing as T-Rex right now, and no one defeats T-Rex that easily, and I mean no one. You see that? You should be afraid of the bark, and afraid of the bark, they are not, they shall pay for that. Boom, there's those fools we're taking down. So let's grab that right there, and then take these fools down as well. Nice. Yes. That's a good point. Why would, what kind of pirate captain would be without more guards? But luckily you do have more guards, so you're a pretty good pirate captain nevertheless, I suppose. Then again, he's a good pirate captain, he's just a nuisance to us personally, but in terms of being a pirate, he's great. Then again, I suppose that's just because pirates are indeed nuisances, and because he's such great nuisances makes him such a great pirate. Will you stop hitting me? That is rude. Nice, we took him down nevertheless because I'm awesome like that. As I also previously mentioned.
Why don't we smooth things over with a fine game of Skystone?
A fine game of Skystone sounds fine. Man, there's so many fine sentences right there, but do I mind? Not really. A pretty fine sentence it was nevertheless, so that's why I'm basically saying that that's why I do not mind. For further elaboration on that nevertheless. Out of the way, let us begin! And prepare to lose, you fool, you foolish, fooly fool. And not only am I saying fine a lot, but also fool a lot as well. I'm going to begin with the letter F, so it seems like F is the letter of the episode, guys. Hashtag F is the letter of the day. Anyway, nevertheless, it seems like this guy's bringing in a Mohawk Cyclops, so let's take such a Mohawk Cyclops using our Inhuman Shield. I would take him using the Infrared Tron, but the thing is that we wouldn't get anywhere with that, so that's why I decided to hold off on that. Okay, now let's utilize this guy nevertheless. Blastertron. Why am I saying it like that? Mostly because I suppose Blastertron, his name here reminds me of Blastertron because, like, if you take out the L's in Troll, then you get and replace them with an N, you go from Blastertroll to Blastertron, so I suppose that's why such a name reminds me of that nevertheless. So what we're going to do here is we're going to... In fact, no, let's not. I was about to say we're going to play defensive, but no, let's play offensive instead, because why the hell not, right? Because even if we did play defensive, we would have still left one card open, so we may as well have played offensive to begin with, is basically what I'm saying right here. Okay, let's take his Mohawk Cyclops using our Fire Stone. Isn't it Fuego? Chompy. Which one we have... I mean, like, sure, he did take one of his cards back, but it still meant that we won by 66.6%, mind you, because we won 6-3, which is 6 out of 9, which is the equivalent of 66.6%, I'm pretty sure, nevertheless. Because that cancels down to 2/3, 6 over 9, and 2/3 is 66.6 reoccurring percent. And of course, reoccurring means that the 0.6 carries on forever. Hopefully, by the time we get to the next session, Crusher will be all repaired, because I really don't want to be going through all of his breaking up phases again, because that's the one I totally cannot control. It was Flynn who broke him, so hopefully he can be repaired for the next time we need to use him, nevertheless.
Wait a minute! That's where I know you from! You're Captain Flynn!
Great job at messing it up, Flynn, like you do always. No surprise there, nevertheless.
No, I'm pretty sure that was someone.
That's a bit rude. He don't just call people names like that.
Hey, you forgot me. I was supposed to come with you guys. Remember?
That's rude. How dare we just leave Blobbers behind like that? I am so sorry, Blobbers, my main man. I really am, truly. Well, I'm calling him my main man. It's not my main man. I just felt like calling him that for some strange and absurd reason. But look at that voice. Look at the look in that face. He was devastated by our ignorance. How dare we, nevertheless? How dare we? Skylanders, you should be ashamed of yourself, especially you two, Rex. Yes, I'm looking directly at you. Because yes, this is why Skylanders are no heroes, which may I please reiterate, which in which case you guys haven't answered yet, so I just did it anyway. Because that's the thing, what's the point in asking if you're just going to do it anyway? It's like me saying, can I have a piece of cake, and then them saying no, and then me having it anyway, or my parents saying no, and that's what I meant by that. Because I do that all the time. I basically just ask, hey, can I have this cake? And they're like, no, and then I'm like, okay, fine, I'll eat it anyway. And then they just ask, oh, what was the point of asking then? And I was like, I just want to be polite, basically.
It's simple, Glumshanks.
Chaos, do you have any idea what all of those buttons are doing? He basically has the same tactic as me, even. Press buttons and hope they do something good. That's basically my tactic. So, thank you for nothing, Chaos, for stealing my game-changing tactic, or tic-tac as I call it, because I like switching over the words because it makes the word tic-tac when you swap over the word tactics. And tic-tacs are some great sweets that I like to eat in the flesh. That's why I like calling them tic-tacs, I suppose, instead of tactics. Because it reminds me of delicious stuff like sweets and nevertheless. Did you guys hear that? Even robots can voice crack. Isn't it marvelous? I'm pretty sure that's a voice crack anyway, nevertheless.
Why, of course. Emperor Chaos. And may I say that suits you well.
Oh, you know. Think of it. Once I have the Iron Fist, all of Skylanders will bow down before me.
Well, we might be bowing, but the thing is that part of being an Archeon is that you won't even see them bowing. Because you're so tall that someone of normal height would barely even be the equivalent of your toenails height. I mean, like, look at the giants. They're giant, and they're like the equivalent of an Archeon's toenail. Or at least that's what the first, that's what the second to first cutscene would have us have it imply after we beat the first level. That is, or maybe it's just that the scaling of the cutscene is really inaccurate. But we are no strangers to such terrible scaling, I suppose. So that could have very well been the case. Woo! This ship is very nice today, with how cool it is. Okay guys, brace for the ice buns because they will definitely be flooding in the next episode. But until then, of course, this episode is coming to a wrap up, mostly because I have some wraps to eat right now, which sounds delicious nevertheless. So I'll be seeing you in the next one, but until then, peace.